Hi, scholars. Today we are going to finish out our week of Unit 8, Week 3. And remember, our weekly concept this week was look to the sky. And our essential question, our very important question, is what do you see in the sky? So remember, scholars, as a class, we were reviewing things that we could see in the night sky from this picture here. And we mentioned we could see a moon and some stars and the shooting stars. But then on the flip side, you told me some things that you could see in the day sky, and we charted that together on our whiteboard. So just to review, scholars, let's look at our video of the day and night sky and see if you can remember some things that you can see.
Look to the sky. What do you see in the sky? You see different things in the sky depending on the time of day. If you wake up early in the morning, you can see the sunrise. The sun rises in the sky every day. During the day, you might see birds flying in the sky. At night, you can see the moon and the stars shining brightly. Sometimes the moon is full and round. What else do you see in the sky?
Okay, so let's go ahead and look at a chart here of some things that we could see in the day sky and the night sky. So I'm going to erase some of these ideas and let's talk about it together. So first, scholars, let's think about the day sky. So from our video, we noticed that we could see the sun, we could see clouds, and when there is a bit of rain, the rain will and the sun will cause what? A rainbow. So those are some things that we can see in the sky. Now, what are some animals that you can find in the sky? Well, they mentioned birds, and some specific birds could be like seagulls or pelicans or red birds or bluebirds. So if you want to be a little bit more detailed, you could tell me the name of some of those birds that you can see in the sky. Now, what about some bugs and insects? Well, I remember some friends said they could see butterflies or dragonflies, even ladybugs. Okay. Now, when we think about some other things that we can see in the day sky, there are different types of transportation that will fly through the sky. So we talked about how we can see airplanes or helicopters or even some jets, okay? So here is a nice list of things that we can see in the day sky. And you can use some of these ideas, my friends, when you do your research and inquiry today. All right, now let's think of some things that we saw from the video or what you learned this week about the night sky. Well, from the night sky, we can see the moon, we can see stars, we can see planets, we can see shooting stars. Sometimes they're called falling stars as well. And we talked about different animals that we can see in the night sky, like owls or bats. And then different bugs that we can see in the night sky are called fireflies. Have you heard of that before? Sometimes they're called lightning bugs because their bodies can light up and you can see them from afar at night. And then in the night sky, would we see many helicopters or airplanes or jets? Well, sometimes airplanes do have lights on them. So when they are flying in the sky, you can see them. So I will just add them to our list here of things that we can see in the night sky, okay? So based on these two lists, scholars, I'm going to have you work on your research and inquiry today about different things that you can see in the day sky and then different things that you can see in the night sky. So let's look at our research and inquiry today. Your research and inquiry is going to look something like this. Okay, you can either print it out and work on this paper directly, or you could make this chart on any paper that you have at home, or I can post it to Seesaw, and you can also do it on Seesaw with the drawing and the typing tools if that's easier for you. However you want to do your research today is okay and fine by me. Okay, so our essential question this week is, what can you see in the sky? Now on one side, I'm going to work on the day sky, and on the opposite side, I'm going to work on the night sky. Okay, so let's get my drawing tool ready. And I think to indicate what I have in the day sky is I would draw a sun, right? Because in the day sky, we can definitely see the sun. Now on the opposite side, I'm going to say in the night sky, I can see the moon, right? And I'm going to draw some stars here on the side to show that these are some other things that I can see in the night sky. Okay, now we talked about some other things that we can see in the day sky, so I think I might add that butterfly like we mentioned before, because it's springtime and so butterflies are starting to fly around a lot. We also talked about how maybe we can see some ladybugs. So I'm going to draw a little ladybug over here. Add some spots. And for our day sky, okay? And then scholars, I want to add some details here. So this is like the grass to show that we're outside. Maybe I'll draw some clouds too, because we said, in the daytime, you can see some clouds. Maybe I might add like a tree to show that we are also outside. Okay, so trying my best to use the drawing tool to do a complete picture. Okay, and if I wanted to, I could go back and I could color the sky blue to show that this is the day sky. Now on the opposite side, I want to go back and add some details to show what I would see at the night sky. So in the night sky, maybe again, I would draw like a tree and a long branch. And what would be sitting on that branch? Can you guess what I might draw? Oh, you are right. I'm going to draw a little owl sitting here that can be out in the night sky. Okay, so here's my owl. And here's its little feet resting in the tree. Okay, so these are so in the night sky I can see the moon and I can see stars and I can see an owl, and maybe I will add one more thing. Maybe I will draw some planets that we could see in the sky. So here's Jupiter that I'm trying to draw. Oh, not Jupiter, Saturn. So I'm drawing Saturn here with the rings. Okay. Maybe something else I might draw is like a comet. Have you guys heard of a comet before? Okay. Or like if it was the 4th of July, I might see a lot of fireworks. Okay, so now I'm going to add some more details to the picture to show that I'm outside, and I could draw some grass. And then if I was using a shading tool, I might put the background as black to show that the sky is dark in the nighttime. Okay, now when you're done, scholars, here you're going to complete a sentence frame and tell me what kind of things you can see in the day sky. So based on my example, I would say in the day sky, I can see ladybugs and butterflies. And then on the opposite side, now we would tell you what I see in the night sky. So I would say in the night sky, I can see owls, planets, and stars. Now, when you're done with this, scholars, you can post it to Seesaw to show me your research and inquiry. I hope you had a good week about learning about things in the sky and things about the night sky and the day sky. I know we talked about the sun and the moon, and we met some silly characters this week to help us with our learning. So I can't wait to see all your research and inquiries. And don't forget, scholars, you can be creative and have some fun. If you have construction paper at home, or you want to paint or use markers, feel free to use whatever you have, because everybody is their own artist. All right, thank you so much for listening, scholars, and I will talk to you soon.